Hey folks, I am back again with kind of a follow-up video to the two videos I did earlier today. And I figured I needed to do a video just for this specifically because it is kind of a big deal to people that don't really think about this kind of thing. You know, a lot of times people want to buy the latest and greatest equipment. You know, they want to spend $160 on these wedges, $400 or $500 on a driver to keep up with the Joneses, the latest and greatest. It goes the farthest, it spins the best. It's just, you buy these clubs and you are going to be a great player. Wrong. You know, I think these direct-to-consumer brands need to be looked at a little bit more. And I'm going to give you a perfect example. You know, I just did a review on Maltby Max milled wedges. So they are $65 a piece. That comes with the head, which is a forward milled full face head. It comes with a Curo cage, graphite shaft, and then a basic lambkin grip for $65. I bought two of them for the price of a Vokey and MG3 and all this stuff. I honestly don't think they're going to perform any different than some of these top wedges. So you're going to ask me, well, why are they so cheap? You know, if they're that cheap in price, they must not be the same quality. Couldn't be farther from the truth. So if you don't know this, your name brands, your Titleist, your TaylorMade, your Ping, your Cobra, all this stuff, those are the clubs you see on tour. You see a lot of these players use. And you've seen players like Rory, you know, when Nike was making clubs, you know, and Tiger, they were using Nike clubs, and then they swapped to TaylorMade, and I honestly don't even know what half of these guys are using anymore. But one of the reasons they swap to these different manufacturers is sponsorships. You know, these sponsors, these companies, Titleist, TaylorMade, etc., they pay these players to use their equipment, their clothing, you know, all the way down to their hats, their belts, gloves, shoes, you know, their clubs, balls, bag, head covers. I mean, you name it. They get paid for a lot of that stuff. So that's why the cost of some of this stuff is so high. You know, like, look at the Pro V1s. What are they up to, $55, $60 for a dozen now? You can get the Vice ball, whether it's the Vice Pro or Vice Pro Plus, whichever it is. They're just as good as a Pro V for half the cost. I've been dabbling with the Vice Pro, and it's comparable to the Pro V1, and the Vice Pro is $34.99 at Walmart or Amazon, wherever you want to get it, and it's basically the same ball. If you strip the logos off and you told somebody who's used to using a Pro V1 to hit it, they're probably not going to tell the difference. Would a pro player may? Yeah, maybe. But most of us, if you're watching this, you're not a pro, you're not telling the difference. So I'm all about saving money too. You know, when I'm playing a lot, I'm probably a 7 handicap. Right now I'm probably a 12 just because I haven't been playing. But I've been dabbling with the Vice Pro balls. You know, I just bought those Max milled wedges. You know, I just bought a PXG, their cheap dollar amount line putter. It was $150. So I have $150 into a new putter. I have $150 into a 54 and a 60 degree wedge. If I went and bought top of the line stuff, I'm looking at $300 to $400 for like an even roll or a Bettinardi or a Toulon. Some of even the good Odysseys are really high. Well, I know Toulon's Odyssey, but some of the actual Odyssey putters, they're at least $200. And then if you go buy a Vokey wedge or a MG3, a Jaws wedge, a Glide, you are looking at a minimum of $150 for a wedge. So, say two wedges, there's $300 and a $200. We'll go $250 putter. You're in the bag for $550. When you could spend $300 and have those same things, and they're going to perform the exact same. And honestly, like the PXG putter I bought, you know, PX3 is more of a name brand. You can find them in select stores, and they do pay sponsorships to players, but they're not on the same level as like Titleist and TaylorMade and all that stuff. You may see a couple guys and girls that get paid to use PXG stuff. I think Patrick Reed did, but they just dropped him, or vice versa, or something like that. Probably because he went to live. But none of this stuff, just because it's cheap, means it's bad. You know, like I said, I've used Maltby clubs in the past, and they're really good clubs. they are comparable, but people don't use them because they either don't know about them, or 2, they have an ego problem and they're like, oh well, that's cheap, I don't want to use it. Man, I'm just saying, if you want to save some money and still play some good equipment, check out some of these direct-to-consumer stuff. The direct-to-consumer balls have been taken over lately. Years ago you had Snell start out. If you don't know anything about Snell, I believe the head designer of Snell used to work for Titleist and has a bunch of patents for the Pro V. So, I mean, they're just like a Pro V. You've got the Vice balls, some of the Costco stuff. The Kirkland stuff is really good. I've never played with the balls or the wedges or the putt or anything. But a lot of people rave about those, especially for the value. I think the Kirkland wedges, you can get 3 for, I think it's like $150 or $160. So that's an even better value. I've just never hit them, and you're only going to find them in Costco, and I don't have a Costco membership, so that's out to me. You can't even buy online from Costco if you don't have a membership. So just something to think about, guys and gals. Golf is an expensive sport. Not everybody has, money coming out of their pockets. If you're looking to save a little bit of money so you can golf more, or just want to try something different, golfworks.com is a great website. They have every head, drivers, hybrids, fairway woods, wedges, irons. Actually, I don't even know if they have putters. I'm pretty sure they do. I've just never looked for them. They have shafts, grips, club making stuff. That's actually a really good website, especially if you're a do-it-yourself person. Just check it out. This is more just an informative video to kind of, spread the word about some stuff that, you don't have to spend a ton of money to have some good stuff. So, until next time.